Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
I love Ben Riley.
Oh, you're in luck, Lilith. That's right. It's the end of the month, kids. You know what that means. Another Scarlet Spider episode brought to you by the Sydney Sweeney Fan Club. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is the High Priest of Khonshu himself, the very drunk Ray.
I feel it hurts sometimes when you say Sydney Sweeney. It hurts.
Oh, I'm sure I know.
Say that.
And speaking of the president of the Sydney Sweeney Fan Club, it is Dave from the Signal of Doom.
Hello, listeners, and yes, we are tracking Sydney Sweeney's every move. I finally worked out.
Oh,
she's in Australia. I'm aware of that,
was.
right? She's around, and she's playing Julia Carpenter in Madam Web.
That's great.
Highly anticipated movie.
Coming. I believe it's Valentine's Day, February 14th. So,
yeah.
Well, I'm expecting one from her. For
exactly.
sure. As president of the fan club.
Exactly, Dave. I wish I was a drop bear at this stage. I wish I was.
Oh, he's gonna get a Valentine's.
I'm so excited. Do we have a release date on this film? Because
February 14th. February 14th. At least here.
Is that worldwide or is that for Australia film?
I don't know. Let me look.
I need the details, Phil.
I know here it's February 14th, but
I cannot wait. I really can't. It's going to be great. It's also got Dakota. What's her name?
Dakota
Johnson.
Dakota
Fanning.
Johnson. Fanning.
No, wait. No. Dakota Johnson. You're right.
Hey, Dave, we should try and watch it together.
Oh my!
Yeah.
We
could. Yeah. I
Wow.
could be getting particularly aroused. Who
awkward.
is Dakota Johnson playing? Is she playing Madam Web?
She's Madam Web.
Yes.
So clear this up for me, because we all know I'm an old man who gets confused easily. So I was on Facebook, and I came across this picture where someone said first official look at Madam Web's suit, and it was kind of her in this red sort of suit, but I wasn't sure if it was like a real thing or not.
No, that's her. Madam Web's got like
good.
a red trench coat and stuff like that, and just a red suit.
There was no trench coat. This was just like a bodysuit.
Okay, it
I'll
might be a
find the
play
picture
on.
and send it to you.
Yeah,
it looked good. I'm super pumped for this.
Yeah, it was off some kind of merchandise
Ezekiel.
or something. So yeah.
right.
It's got Ezekiel, right? From Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Does it have Ezekiel?
Yeah,
Awesome.
and they're giving him
wow.
and they're giving him a Spider-Man looking suit and stuff. So I don't know if he's supposed to be the villain. So
Well, it looked like he was the villain, but in the Spider-Man comics that I know with him in it, he's not the villain.
No, he's
He's
not.
kind of like mysterious figure.
Oh, don't tell me they've
helps-
twisted it. Have they twisted it?
no, not a Sony movie. No,
Yeah. Anyway,
I know,
I'm
Ezekiel's
excited.
good.
I know. I'm like,
I'm
where's
excited.
Moreland? That's the villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
Bring in
you.
the
That's
inheritors.
That's exactly what I thought. Morlun is the villain, yeah. And do we think there's any chance of Spider-Man turning up in this?
I don't
think-
know because
no.
I don't think so because I think
don't think so. Right?
Sony has to play ball with Disney and there's all kinds of legal crap that'll sort out. So
Well, I thought they might have cut a deal by now.
I think the deal was he appears in the MCU.
Right.
Unless they give you a twist and it's like Andrew Garfield or something. I don't know.
That's what I was about to say, Phil. Maybe it is an alternate Spider-Man. Maybe it's Garfield or Maguire, which I wouldn't mind at all. Like, I don't think there would be Holland, but I'd be happy for Garfield to show up.
I'd take any Spider-Man. I'd take a new Spider-Man. Seriously. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I just have a memory in Venom 2, I thought we saw Tom Holland on the TV or something.
Oh he was in Mexico, right? Yeah.
Because that's right before they threw Venom into like the MCU.
Yeah.
That was weird though.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope.
I know you are.
I thought that trailer was actually pretty promising.
Yeah. The costumes look pretty good as well. And I'm a little bit disappointed now at Ezekiel, but okay, it doesn't matter. Should be good. Isn't the Hood in there as well, Phil?
Is he really?
I think the Hood is in
Hood?
there.
Really?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm surprised they have the rights to the Hood.
Hey, Ray, what's Silk's real name? Is it Anya Corazon or something?
No, that's Spider Girl.
Oh, okay. Because it
yeah.
seems like they're having like every version of Spider Woman or Spider Girl in this. But
Yeah. So they have, and they have Maddie Franklin as well.
Yeah,
I think she's one of the Spider Girls as well. Yeah.
So there's a lot of them around, bouncing around.
Oh yeah, it's cool. It's great to see Maddie Franklin as well. She was a Spider Woman at one stage. So yeah, it's good. And Anya is very cool. She's very cool as well.
Cindy Moon is Silk, by the way.
Yeah, Cindy Moon.
Yeah, I actually many years ago read the Silk comic and actually quite liked it. But
Ray's a big fan.
Phil and Lilith hates Silk. I think she's okay.
I only know her from years ago. I read a few issues. It's not like I've kept up with whatever she's
you mean you mean Cash Grab? Yeah, I know her.
I'm a casual fan.
It was like when it was like, and you get spider powers, and you get spider powers, and you get spider powers.
Well, Cindy's more integral to the history, right?
Well, they tried.
They
tried to make her important too, because they're like, she got bit by the same radioactive spider that bit Peter Parker. Yeah,
and I'm sure we've all got that issue though. Yes, she did in the bunker, in the bunker or whatever.
Yeah.
But that issue has skyrocketed for those. What was it? Original Sin, Amazing Spider-Man, first appearance of Cindy Moon. Crazy, Dave. Crazy.
How much would it be worth?
300, 400.
Really?
Well, that's what happened when Ray snaps up every copy. Come on.
Yeah, Ray's got like about 20 of them to put his kid through college.
Oh, that's it. Oh, well, that was the intent when I bought X-Men 1 and about 20 of them copies. Where did that get me?
Oh, from 1991, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the death of Superman and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But that's interesting that the first appearance of Silk, I guess that's why they, look, that shit character, Spider-Boy.
He's got a title, hasn't he, Phil?
Yep.
What? Predict a very short existence.
All these spider characters can't get an ongoing, but Dan Slott trying to.
I know. Give us a Kaine ongoing. Give us a Ben Reilly ongoing.
Give us.
Why do you have to create?
People weren't happy. They were just like, how Dan Slott ram through this character into an ongoing when half these characters at Marvel can't get anything past a limited series.
What is going on?
It could be one of the more shit characters in history, and there's a lot of competition for that.
What was your theory, Phil? If Spider-Boy was kind of like the Miles Morales?
Because Miles Morales is, Sony's doing a lot of stuff over with Miles, so that, it was Marvel just like, oh, we need a new young Spider person that's all our own. So
who is it? Nick Lowe? Come on, get it together, Nick. Who is it?
I don't know. It might be, but again,
why do they need it? They've got Miles going crazy.
Well, but he's under Sony at the moment, so
at least with
but Spider-Boy's not because he's
he's a complete Marvel creation. Yeah, so
get on to Nick Lowe, Dave.
Get on to him. Flop.
Oh yeah.
You guys want
Naomi?
You guys want a good Spider book? It came out this week.
Yes.
Again, this is not only my pick of the week. This might be my pick of the year so far.
What?
Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
Oh, is that out?
Yes. Pretty good. I read it.
Came out this
week.
What
is that Bagley?
No. It's Chichetto doing the art. The one who was doing Daredevil with Chip Zdarsky. Yeah.
And who's writing it?
Jonathan Hickman. Yeah.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
It is good.
Okay, I might go get
it. It's a brand new Marvel It's a brand new Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the new Ultimate.
It's a 35-year-old Peter Parker. He's already married to Mary Jane. Yes. They got 2 kids, and he gets his spider powers now after he's already married. And
one
everything.
of them's May. And
yeah.
He has this cool object at the end where he chooses to take the power. It's really to be honest, I agree with you, Phil. I had my trepidations about it. But all of us who read it we were all impressed, especially Tash and myself. We really enjoyed it. It really is a good jumping on point.
All right, Ray, let me tell you how good this thing is. I love it. Dave appears to love it. Lilith loves it. So, I mean, it's
Book of the
It's good.
Phil, Book of the Year. That is a huge call.
So
'cause we're
far,
in
unless
January.
something else comes along,
Well,
unless
the same
something
way
else
it's the
comes
start
out.
of the year. What are you talking about? It's the very beginning of the year. We've only had like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Well, but Phil's saying that he is confident that will surpass anything for the rest of the year.
maybe,
Oh, I thought
maybe,
he
but
meant-
at least for right now, something else could come along. But I mean,
okay.
that this
Yeah, he's saying
Spider
book of
Boy.
the year so
You think
far,
it's
right?
Spider
Like
Boy,
book
Phil?
of the last 2 weeks.
Oh well, that's not. Come on, Phil.
Okay,
That is a loaded. Huh?
you know what? Or I
Let me
talked
be
to me in
brutally
December. It might still be, but we'll see.
Let me be brutally honest. Let me kind of puncture some of the hype here. It's okay. Like it's 8 out of 10.
Well,
it's pretty good.
Well, 8 out of 10 is
But-
pretty good. Yeah.
I mean,
it's 8 out of 10. It's
I'll
not
take
bad,
that.
but don't.
I'll take that.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not amazing, but in typical
Hey.
Hickman fashion, it's a building block.
yes, I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's a
I
lot
can-
of there's a lot of setup, but again, it is a new universe too. But
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
but again, compared to every other Spider book we're getting
Oh,
at the
yeah.
moment, Dave, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
If
Oh,
I,
no,
if I,
cut 'em
No,
off, yeah.
it's good. What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
I always think Hickman, who I in general like, I think he reads so much better collected, and I've got a real
Yeah,
feeling
agreed.
that the first
Yeah.
hardcover or trade of this will be
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
it really sets it up, and it's rising.
Yeah.
No, it really is a good book. Definitely.
Okay.
Feels
Okay.
right.
Cool.
But no, it's interesting, Ray, because Aunt May's dead, but Uncle Ben is alive,
Okay.
and he's like best buddies with J. Jonah Jameson.
I didn't love
Ooh.
that Aunt May was dead and they flipped it, but I know they've got to flip shit.
But
So can I-
but
can-
also Peter had nothing to do with Aunt May's death, so he doesn't blame himself. So yeah, there's no floating
Okay.
heads of guilt or anything. Yeah.
Can I ask a silly question then? So this Ultimate Universe, this is different from the other Ultimate Universe? is
Yes.
it?
Yeah,
Yes.
basically
Okay.
what happened. What happened is the maker,
Ultimate
who's
Invasion.
the
Ultimate
evil,
Invasion. Yes.
Ultimate Reed Richards guy. He went into this new universe as an experiment to basically wipe out all the heroes and stop all the heroes.
Mm,
You know, like a Daredevil or a Spider-Man
Yeah.
or an Iron Man, whoever, to
nice.
stop them becoming heroes because I think he wants his own nefarious ends. And anyway, that's so he prevented Spider-Man getting bitten by the spider
Oh.
whenever it happened at the lab or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
blah blah blah. He did that to heaps of them. So that's what's happened in this universe, and he's framed Tony Stark. Blah blah blah. So it's
Cool.
It's kind of an experiment of the maker that's kind of altered the universe.
Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a
That's
spoiler, but at the end of the issue, yeah, because we learned that Tony Stark sent. I don't know if he's doing this with other people, but like basically he sends this little holographic thing, and like the spider, that was supposed to bite Peter to him, and he says, you were supposed to be this hero who saves,
Yes.
Oh.
and all this, and he's like, so basically Peter gets the choice: do you want to be Spider-Man or not?
Oh, wow, that's very different. It's
Yeah.
very different
And
from
Peter
being...
had felt his life was kind
Yes.
of like lacking something.
Yes.
So, like, intuitively, he knew that he was supposed to have this other life, which he hadn't had because the makers sort of diverted the time
Yeah.
stream or whatever you call it. Like,
I kind of like the
Pretty-
fact that I think they established it. Was it in the slot run? I can't remember, but like how Peter's destiny is always like and there's always a Peter Parker in an alternate universe that like he's one of the what is it, Phil? He's one of the constants in
Yeah.
in
I know
all
what
the
you mean.
thing. Yeah. I like that aspect. So this
It's a
this
little,
actually
it's a
turns it
little
on.
meta as well for Marvel
Yeah.
as well, isn't it? Really, like,
Yeah.
because Spider-Man's so
Yeah,
such their
yeah,
brand
yeah.
character. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it turns it on its head then that like giving him the choice. Do you want to then now? That's
Yeah.
pretty cool because he's never had a choice.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, things are
That's
different.
cool.
He had the choice, and now he's 35 years old, and he's first getting his
Yeah.
powers after he's already married and has 2 kids. Yeah.
I hope he
What do
gets
you-
rid of
what-
the beard. I'm not loving the beard.
What do you reckon if they What if you reckon if they asked Kaine if he had a choice, would he be a superhero?
Oh.
No, not at all.
Probably
Like-
not. I would
No,
say.
no, I don't think so at all. Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
no, cool. That sounds
He
really
spends
good.
most of his time complaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might I
I
might
think-
jump on that.
And I think
Yeah.
people are sending the message to Marvel that we want to marry Spider-Man again because the thing's already gone for
yes.
a second printing and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, what? It's
Well,
second
that's
printing
true.
already?
Yeah.
Oh god, I got to jump on it quickly. Jeez.
It's had a lot of hype on it, Ray. Like, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Oh yeah,
out of
people
all
have been
the
waiting
Marvel
for this for at least a
books,
month.
this is-
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
champions, so I've been out of the loop.
Oh, but
Like,
to tie it back around to us, yeah, there's multiple covers, of course, on this thing. But one of the covers, because there's like the main cover is just Spider-Man swinging, but some of the variants are just different suits in that same pose, but with the same background. And one of them, I believe, is Ben Reilly in his Spider-Man suit.
Oh yeah, in the hoodie.
Cool.
Yeah. No. His Spider when he was Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Cool.
One thing I do hope, Phil, and I wonder if you agree with me, is I hope Hickman stays and doesn't do what he did on X-Men, which was kind of leave before, Marvel didn't let him do what he wanted to do and he kind of exited off.
Yeah.
I hope Hickman plays a long game here,
I hope so, because, I don't know if the whole problem with, like, his X-Men run is because he had a defined, like, beginning, middle, and end. Yes. And of course, as usual, just like they did with the Clone Saga back in the day, sales were like, "Oh, this is selling, keep going." Then I think that kind of pissed them off. So
they spammed it. They spammed the market with 1,000 books, and it just
look.
I've got something to report. Tash told me that Jerry Duggan is writing Iron Man, and that Iron Man's married Emma Frost. And I went and picked up. I love Jerry Duggan's writing. In general, I picked up the first trade, and I tweeted him, letting him know, because I follow him on Twitter, and he's a nice guy. I really like his writing in general, so I'm really excited.
Oh, he's awesome. Love
it. Yeah, and we're going to be doing that on the Signal, probably not this week, but next.
Oh, nice. I'm
looking very forward to it.
Yeah, I've been liking that, because they kind of tied into the X stuff. Yeah,
you should get him on the show, Phil. Get him on the show.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
Well,
it was Uncanny Avengers.
Try and get him on Signal.
Yeah, so, Uncanny Avengers, Deadpool, Savage Avengers. I've loved all of them.
Oh yeah,
and he's written all.
He's
of
a
them,
good writer. He's a good writer.
He's a really good writer.
Yeah. No, I followed him for a long time, sort of casually but consistently, and I've always been impressed by his writing. I think he's really good.
Is he American, Phil, or is he, I don't know, British or Canadian?
I'm not sure. I thought maybe he might be American, but
he's either American or Canadian.
Okay.
I think he's American, like from the US.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard him on a few interviews and stuff. He's real
cool.
chilled unit.
Yeah,
he's a really chilled out guy.
He's got some fantastic ideas, like weird ideas. I love it.
Yeah, so I'd like to get him on Signal because
I get him on Signal.
He's the exact. It's someone that I've enjoyed his writing over the years.
Yeah.
Without ever, being like fanatical or anything, but I've just followed him on not every project, but most, and I've always been impressed. He has a background in comedy and TV writing and stuff. Yeah, he's from the US.
Oh, okay, Phil.
There's
nice.
There's the Ben Reilly variant. Yeah,
nice. Is that Chichetto
that's cool.
as well?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like Chichetto. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
Nice.
What's going
Bring it on
in Marvel Land?
That's
and
great.
We all know my favourite editor's coming on to edit the X-Men. The man with the hat, Brevoort.
Oh, Brevoort.
Yeah, Brevoort. Yeah.
Who's going to take over? Do we know who's taking over Hickman or no?
I can tell you that Gal Simone is writing a free comic book day post-Krakoa issue.
Okay.
So potentially,
I'd love for her to do more dominant. I'd love for her to do more.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I like Gal Simone writing.
She's
themes.
Awesome. Awesome.
I think it's a good idea. Yeah. So I assume there'll be lots of writers, but she'll be one of them. I would suggest if she's bothering to do the first issue.
But call me an old fuddy duddy. But
we do.
We do. Yeah.
X Factor. Bring back the all new, all different X Factor. Don't bring me that new X Factor team. I don't know who was on that team. That latest one by Timmy Howard or whatever. I have no idea who those people were.
No one cares about that.
Give us Strong Guy. Give us Multiple Man. Give us Siren.
Havoc. Yeah.
Yes, Havoc, Polaris. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't, because their new shit characters don't work. So
I don't know who these new characters are. Zero interest.
I mean, I don't know about them, but I bet you the main X-Men team's probably going to look like that 90s animated series, because that new animated series is going to be coming soon. So
yeah, I can't wait. Dave and I have been talking about that. I mean, cannot wait.
Yeah, like if that happens, good. If Brevoort can actually, work in his befuddled brain that's what fans actually want, then he will have achieved something that he's never achieved before, which is success. And And I'll get him a signal to tell him that. I'll say, you've actually achieved something, Tom. It's rare, up there in your high tower throwing stones at people, but I tell you what, this guy's got a lot to prove when it comes to me. When they said he's the editor of X-Men, I was like, okay, we'll see now. Now, finally, it's something I care about,
Sorry, guys. My computer's about to say it's going to restart in 4 minutes. I don't know how to cancel it. So if I drop out, I'll come back. So,
Lost in space. We'll have to carry on without you, Ray.
Well, it's one of these computers.
Luckily,
it says
they turn up to see me. Luckily, they turn up to see me.
But it says it's going to restart in 4 minutes. It doesn't give me an option to cancel it. So anyway, I might drop out. Anyway,
opportunity for him to take a quick Marvel snap break. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. He's like, I'll play stronger.
Come on. Next turn. Come on.
Galactus is threatening my phone. Come on.
Today.
So we're going to talk about. Are we going to?
Yeah.
Just before we do, let me say this one thing.
Don't you know how to podcast with Dave? Come on.
It was Richard's turn to do pick a trade for the next week. Okay. I haven't let him pick one. I haven't let him pick one for about 2 months because I had all these other priorities. I said, "It's your turn, Richard." And he goes, "I haven't really got anything, but I've got this one thing, Warlock Rebirth." And I just looked at him and I was like, I said, "Is that a fucking joke?"
Is that Marvel Warlock?
Yeah,
Adam Warlock.
And
what the?
If anyone knows anything about me, I don't care about Marvel Cosmic, and I certainly don't care about Warlock.
I'm surprised Rich said that.
Yeah. Well, and then he goes, as if it was to sell it to me. He goes, "Oh, it's done in that '90s homage, the older people coming back and doing them." I go, "Yeah, if only it was a good character. You could have picked Ghost Rider, you could have picked the Daredevil thing."
Well, you know what?
That's something that Stewart would have done.
Was that the Ron Mars stuff? Because I know he's been doing the Silver Surfer stuff, and it has been good. But I did read the Warlock.
Yeah, Silver Surfer has been really good.
You know what, Dave? I like Marvel Cosmic, and I can't stand Adam Warlock. So
no one can stand Adam.
Fuck Adam Warlock.
Exactly.
He's
no
very
one likes
boring.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, he's very bland.
Yeah. Well, I don't even. Yeah, I just hate him.
Especially when Jim Starlin writes him, he's like, "Oh, he's the best at everything," and
he's annoying. He's just yeah.
He's a little bit less excited.
He's a little bit. I don't want to say about ambiguous. There's something just about him that it doesn't define him as a character. He just seems to be a little bit fringe. I don't know.
The only time I've ever seen anything with Adam Warlock was when he turned up for 5 minutes in that Guardians movie, and I was confused.
No.
I was super confused
in it only for 5 minutes. I haven't seen that. Okay.
Oh, Guardians 3.
Well, whatever.
He's in and out of it, but yeah, I mean,
yeah. But good luck understanding what was going on with him. He's good. He's evil. He's good. He's evil. It's
that's Adam Warlock. That's Adam Warlock to a T.
I like his whole him and her thing, which was the old, the original.
I said to Richard, how it's called Rebirth. I said, Richard, I preferred it when he was dead. I didn't want him to have a rebirth. Anyway, moving to Scarlet Spider.
Yes, 13 through 15. Anyone recognize these? A version of these villains?
Yes, I do. Because
Lobo,
I knew them because they were in a cover of in an arc of Deadpool team up many years ago.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's the only reason I knew who they were.
Well, I was going to say, back in the early 90s, because Lilith and I covered it, the Lobo brothers were big for a few months in the Spider-Man books. Yeah, because they talk about, Carlos talks about their dead brother Eduardo. That's where he was killed in the early 90s. Yeah.
So the sister, the third sibling, I guess, comes along. But yeah.
I know, all of a sudden they have a sister, but meanwhile, the two brothers were orphans who didn't know their parents. I'm like, how the hell did this Carlos track down the sister? It's
conveniently just glossed over. Yeah.
If I'm remembering the Deadpool team up issue, and it is a very distant memory, I believe it's not the one. Maybe it's the one where both of the Ghost Riders are also in it, and they're the villains.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Okay. I think. I'm struggling to remember.
I know I've read it, and I can't remember. Yeah, no.
All I know is they were in it, which is the only reason I even knew who they were. You know.
Yeah.
But they were pretty good, I thought.
They were very good.
Can I just say, I really like this arc, and I really like this cover. And when I heard that the Lobo brothers were going to be in it, I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
This is such a better fucking arc than that shit minimum clonage shit we read.
I know.
This is so much better.
The Texas was it Cyclone or whatever it is?
The Texas Twister.
Six Twister.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it as well. These guys, the brother and sister, were pretty ruthless in what they wanted to do, and I love the setup with them just like smashing through that gang at the beginning. You know,
that was
just
good.
to show how. Yeah. But having said that, jumping forward, I love the sharks. How about those guys? You know, that Araceli brings them towards. There's a gang, and one of them calls himself the Shark. That was awesome. I love that fight.
And he has the knuckle dusters on.
Yeah, some spiked knuckle dusters.
Maybe even worse than knuckle dusters, actually, like
spikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I
liked
also
it.
really liked.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Ray. I was just going to say I really liked the girl's backstory being explored as well.
Yep.
So that was
me
really
too.
interesting.
And just bringing the whole thing. I mean, geez, Phil, we're talking about during this arc. We've got like one of the Lobo brothers snorting coke. We've got a thing of like a girl going, innocent girl going to America, and she gets like raped and put into like sex slavery.
Can
This
I
is
say,
pretty
Ray?
dark
I'll
stuff.
cut in. She didn't get raped. They say she was about to be.
Oh, so, okay.
The beginning of the first one. Yeah. That's
No,
what.
I've got a comment to make here. To me, that was moral cowardice. Okay, because they set it up as if she'd been trafficked and sold into sex slavery and raped and stuff stuff. And I was like, okay, that's dark and twisted, and then Kaine's going to come in. But they go, but like he did it just before. And I'm like, this is so classic fucking Marvel.
Really?
Where they don't,
okay.
they want their victims to be pure. It really annoyed me. And I, to quote Larry Hummer on the G.I. Joe episode, it's moral cowardice.
See, I didn't pick that. I didn't pick that up at all. I read it and just kind of, I guess I was going through it between the lines, and I read it as she was. But okay.
Yeah, well, it almost reads like that, but then you realise that he because they want their victims pure. That's the thing. They want that badly, and it annoys me.
But
it's a minor gripe, but
well, look, I loved it in the limo where you saw the guy hunched over and you just heard a, that.
Yeah.
And he brings his head up, and he's obviously been doing something. And anyway, so I just love that dark aspect.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it now. And he's actually doing. Yeah, you're right, and he's got his nose. And,
absolutely, he's doing it there,
Cool.
and I thought that was pretty brazen, pretty risque for Marvel to do that. So, I like, and look, we've mentioned this before. I love the dark edge that Kaine brings. You'd never get this with Peter Parker or Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
Kaine brings this on because he doesn't even want to be there to begin with, but he has to deal with this crap, the seedier side of crime, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's good. I think it makes it makes him a much more well-rounded character, and more than just another version of Peter Parker. I don't read this thinking this is just Peter Parker version 7. He feels like his own character in this book. And he's so conflicted, and he's so broken.
All right, let me get to your 2 points here. All right, the first one with with Dave, you said they want their victims to be pure. I took that as they were just like, okay, this is what would have happened to this girl had Kaine not intervened. So don't feel bad while he's breaking the guy's arm and really messing him up, and and two, I mean, you think Ray's point. So. What's more scary than a werewolf? A werewolf high as F on cocaine. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
true.
Absolutely.
Hey, scarier than cocaine bear, cocaine werewolf. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they're pretty. I mean, like I was a little bit not cynical, but because I love Werewolf by Night, right? And I know his limitations, but these werewolves, they look pretty vicious. They look pretty
What's
strong.
What's his main limitation, Ray? That he sucks?
No, come on. Well, just he just doesn't seem as savage.
No, he's lame, dude.
Guys,
he's lame as fuck.
Werewolf by Night, he's good. He's the king of the
so
werewolves.
Much better than
he's the king of the werewolves.
No. Listen to me. Listen to this.
Oh!
I love werewolves. I love werewolves big time. But Werewolf by Night, and can I just say, it was probably the most boring show I ever watched in my life. Jack Russell, or whatever his name is, lame. Because he's a nice guy, which we don't want. We want our werewolves to be vicious.
Well, that's the thing. At some point, they made it where he has control over his werewolf persona.
Yeah,
when he first started, he had no control over the werewolf.
different now. He's king of the wolves now, apparently. Like so, he
right.
Yeah,
And no
and
one
he
cares.
he read the the Necronomicon or whatever, the Darkhold. He's read the Darkhold, and he's
king of the werewolves, and he's hairier than Ray. Come on.
That's not too hard to do.
I used to want to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
I actively used to, when I was a kid, think, man, I'd love to be a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Everyone was always like, I love the idea of werewolves. I've always loved it.
Mm.
And when people were like, I'd be so bad if you be a werewolf, I'd be like, I'd like to be. Yeah, they're cool. If anyone's ever seen that Jack Nicholson movie, Wolf, I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, that was
a good movie.
Yeah.
Speaking
of, I love these Lobo brothers.
Speaking of high on cocaine, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
no, but this is.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Sorry, tracking back to issue 13 to 15. Yeah, this was good. The Lobo siblings were really cool. I was half interested in this whole, is it Mexican? Like,
yeah, the sort
mythology
of thing or whatever she is.
Yeah. That's interesting. I loved how Araceli, it's really cool. Like, however, the way that Yost does it, people around her kind of echo what she's thinking. She can kind of feel what they're thinking or how they're feeling,
and she's like projecting her emotions on the other
people.
Yeah.
I like that portrayal of it. I like that how that was.
It's interesting,
portrayed.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
and the Mexican mythology stuff took me by complete surprise.
I
enjoyed
I'm
it.
interested. I'm interested to know. Actually, I'm interested to know more on the Mexican. Just the names are really long.
Yeah. Like, how do I pronounce this? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
a lot of X's and L's.
Good luck
and
if you're not Mexican, but like,
yeah.
I find that mythology really interesting. I'll give listeners a little tidbit. In my book series, Demorne, in a locket, she has a locket of hair that's from the pain goddess of Mexico.
Oh, nice.
An old dead goddess whose name I would completely butcher if I tried it, but it's in the books. And it's a real goddess, and she's got a locket of her hair around her, and it's like a rejuvenative thing. So there's a bit of advertisement for Demorne Soulfighter kids.
Yeah,
out there.
I love the mythologies. It's really cool. So that was interesting that that came about. I just wanted to learn more. It was only touched upon, so it wasn't there totally. But her flashbacks, her nightmares, that was all pretty cool, I thought. But how about the big thing?
Sweet, Ray. I'm looking at. Sorry, you go ahead, man. You go ahead. You finish.
Oh no, I might be jumping too far ahead, but the reveal of issue 14 and 15, when Ben just succumbs to, he gets beaten. He pretty much is killed, right, by the werewolves. But some weird inner things happening, and he gets put into a cocoon, and he comes out, and he's just this beast. I love it.
I think it's super interesting. That's what I was going to just talk about. Like, the way that, what I really love about this book is it could have been a really simple story about a darker Spider-Man just being more brutal on villains, but they've woven in the mythology, and they weave in the other thing as well, which I find fascinating. And
I love that.
And then you see the sort of spiders form the sort of, I don't know what you want to call it, cocoon or whatever over him. And then he's reborn as the other, and he's just full on crazy. And then that splits, and he comes out of it. I thought that was excellent. Like, I was like, man, this is so much better than I expected.
I think the other stuff works better with Kaine too, because it's like, oh, Peter Parker rejected this thing, but it's like, I know you're darker, and you're.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's more of a sell to him, and it's in. I thought it was really good, and I'll be honest, it's a lot more than I expected from this book. I was like, this book's taken me down some directions which I did not expect, and I all the better for reading it. And I mean, honestly, I was thoroughly impressed by that scene where the werewolves beat him. And normally when they do that in comics, they get back up just normally. You know what I mean? Like, the cliffhanger is that they recover off the ropes kind of thing and land a few punches. But that didn't happen. He technically almost basically dies or goes just super close to death and then is reborn. And he weaved in the other stuff from the regular Spider-Man comic, which had been around, roughly the same time, probably a few years before, but not a million years before. And I think very successfully, frankly. And
I think it was, I think it was really good. I'd only actually seen Kaine beast out around, Spider-Verse and all that, so it was really interesting to see, because I had not read these issues, interesting to see how, the other was portrayed here, and it was just totally bestial. Like, he was not himself. He was about to attack Araceli. He rips an arm off one of the werewolves. He eats one of the limbs. He's just totally gone.
Oh yeah, he rips Carlos's arm off, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, rips it off and he eats it.
Can I just say, I felt sorry for, maybe because I read that Deadpool team up issue, but I felt a bit sorry for the Lobo siblings because I like them, and they were just getting hammered by the end of this three-parter. Absolutely hammered.
Yeah, I mean, look, when they, I love the fight scene as well, with Kaine and the werewolves, and they did a number on him. Like, they were really good on him. He couldn't. Yeah. There's that kind of cinematic thing where he's getting absolutely pummeled, and he turns to Araceli, he just goes, "Run!" Because they're just mauling him to death. Yeah, so I love that kind of that tension. But yeah.
Okay, can I bring up the art here? It's like a different artist. It's Koi Pham, which is fine, but it's like, all right, well, 2 points. One, does Araceli look older in these issues than she has been before?
Yes, I agree.
I didn't notice how old is she meant to be. Is she meant to be?
I don't know, but she looks more mature to me in these issues than she has previously.
In some panels, she almost looks like a grown woman.
Oh yeah. But and then in like this first issue before he gets transformed, I mean, Kaine almost looks more Eddie Brock to me than Peter Parker in this first issue.
Right. Agree with Phil. Phil, you make a great point.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That is true. Like, I remember having a bit of a double take, going, that's meant to be Kaine, because he does look a little bit quite different.
He looks bulkier, and even like the hair kind of looks like Barack. I'm just like, okay.
I just want to also point out before I forget, I loved also the point of difference where Kaine mentions along the line he's not as smart as his brothers.
I like that as well, right?
Yeah, which is interesting because they're clones, right? So they're meant to be absolutely similar, but for some reason he's not quite the same. So he's definitely different.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if they ever explained that, because it's like, I know like Ben Reilly got all of Peter Parker's memories, in the beginning. So it's like, did the Jackal not give Kaine
maybe because he's such a defect,
or maybe I don't know. He's kind of like, as Ray just said, he's a bit of a mangled defect for originally. So maybe it was just not, when they do clones, like you get a bad batch kind of thing.
Well, that's why Jackal didn't send them out like he did Ben Reilly to try to replace Spider-Man. I mean, physically he got a scar, and he's like, no, you got something, they're going to tell you're not the real Peter Parker. Get out. I'm going to, destroy
but
him.
maybe like mentally and all that, he's totally different as well. I mean, which is what they say here. So that was, but you're right, Phil, the artwork, if from memory, the past and all that was all different art, wasn't it? Did I get that right? I don't know. I've read a lot of comics over the last couple of days. When we go into the past of Araceli, is the art different, or is it just the one artist?
I mean, I know on this first issue, it's just crediting Koi Pham for pencil.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Maybe got that.
I think it's just it looks different, right? Because the lighting is different as well. Like it's a lot more bright.
Oh, you know what? It might be different colors because it looks like we might have like 3 colors on this. So.
Okay. I mean, it just to me it looked different. That was also, which is good because we know that like if you're going to change the art by any way, if there's a shift in time or whatever, that makes sense. You don't want to just arbitrarily just change the artistic team just for the sake of it.
No, definitely not.
And again, like I want to go back to Dave's point about about the first victim and stuff. I mean, he saves her, and she kind of saving her innocence, Dave. But again, like the point is, he goes on. He's like, I can crush these gangs. I can crush one gang, but I know another one's going to take its place. It's never going to stop.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true, man.
So I think it's more about the futility. I think it's more about the futile nature of I can save a victim here, I can save a victim here. But again, it's never going to stop.
Yeah,
true.
Which is what Kaine is battling against. Why am I bothering? He's very kind of practical in that sense. But he's
like a nihilist, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, by the end, it's like he's like, I've tried to fight it. I've tried to be a better person. I've tried to help people, but it's like I've been trying to fight this whole thing that I'm a monster. But he's like, I guess I can't fight it. I'm a monster.
Yeah, exactly. I love that actually. That interchange with him and just
Priest?
Spider. That figure that was like 1,000 spiders and all that, and he has that conversation about like, the scary thing is that I love it. He embraces it when it is like succumb to being a monster. I love that whole kind of thing because he's kind of pushing against it, but at the same time, it just feels so good when he does.
Kind of wants it.
Well, he was gonna say no, but which he first does, but then he's like, Aracelli's dead if I don't get out there.
Yeah.
So he's like,
which speaks volumes about him and wanting to protect Aracelli. So
he's like, he's like, she needs the monster.
And there's that scene with the priest in his imagination where it's like, tell me of the woman you murdered, tell me of the brother you tortured. And to me, the father you betrayed, and it's Jackal. I mean, it's cliched, but it's good.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
And when it says "tell me about the brother," it's Ben. It's supposed to be Ben Reilly. Yeah,
Ben Reilly. Yeah, definitely. No, I love that. It's good. Again, it ties it to the greater Spider family, and he's just one little kind of messed up fella, isn't he? So yeah,
he is. And that I love this artwork where it says the problem is that you think you're alive, and just the image there of the spider formed by spiders, the grey image. Right? I think it's excellent. Like it's really good, actually.
Well, I love the bit where he dispels all of that and he grabs the actual arachnid by the throat and he throttles this kind of spider creature. It's like, oh, who cares about how weird this thing is? He's like, I'm going to kill you if I want. So, it's good. What do you think of the design of the other? Like, was that?
I really liked it.
Now,
I don't know how it
pretty
looked
scary.
in normal Spider-Man. I can't remember. But
he was more
I really liked it here.
From memory, Phil, Spider-Verse, he was more like literally a hairy spider from memory, the other.
I think so. I mean, didn't this whole thing start like around the time of those Tobey Spider-Man movies? Because they used that as an excuse to give Peter Parker organic web shooters and stuff. And,
they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Oh, this was around the time.
To this day, I still thought was pretty cool that it was organic.
The organic web shoot,
I just thought that kind of made sense,
Yeah, I was a bit off on that, but I loved how they kind of played on that in Home. Was it Homecoming? No, what was the last one? No Way Home.
Yeah.
I loved it how they call that out. Like, you shoot webs from your... Yeah. Like, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, takes on a whole different meaning when you shoot someone in the face with some webbing, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, I mean, for me, Peter Parker always had... It was all about the tech. It was all about him being a genius and creating those. That's why I love Garfield's one so much, because they had a whole montage of him creating those web shooters.
But
it's something different. Yeah.
Excellent issue. And then we get to the final one. It's so dark, like where she came from and stuff. Like, and basically, they heat up the things so that she basically dies, or is going to die.
What was that? Sorry, Dave.
When she's in the truck in Mexico.
Oh, in the beginning of the third
one. That was morbid. Yeah. Like, not only her, but the fact that I was thinking, far out, like. Talking about human slavery, but like, just leave them out in the sun. Like, how?
Well, it's realistic. I mean, this shit.
Yeah, how terrible.
Happens,
but how terrible would that be? Like, imagine you stuck in
awful.
That. Yeah.
Terrible, but I think it suits the darker material of this comic book.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you could almost argue for a Max version of this book.
Yeah.
Like it teeters on the edge of that. I must admit, I have a new respect, not just for Yost, but also for this character's potential. I know any character in the right hands can be a good character. Well, I think it's definitely shown here.
Yeah.
Because from what I read of Kaine in Clone Saga, although he's kind of cool, he's
so
also
different.
Very one-note.
He's very different in Clone Saga, isn't he? Like,
he's stupid.
He's got the long hair, the stupid costume. It's very different.
So he's done a lot with a character that, was kind of a bit of a throwaway joke.
Yeah.
And I am very impressed by this comic book. And I will say again, I mean, I'm looking here at a full page one where it's the other, or it's Kaine, who just says "pray," and he's in the web.
It's
really,
it's so
really
cool. Good. Like he's so spider-like. He makes a web. Like he literally is just very animalistic. Just makes a web, kind of sticks them in it, and as I said before,
I'm surprised they haven't
gone
down this route a bit more in some of the Spider-Man movies, kind of exploring this kind of stuff, because I do think that there's potential, beyond
I think,
just fighting Green Goblin,
Yeah, I think if they start delving into that whole mythos of the inheritors and totems and stuff, then you open up the door for stuff like this. You open up the door for the other and the bride and the chosen one and whatever. And I reckon they should do it, because for me, that is one of the more interesting things that has happened to Spider-Man. I mean, like, a little bit of me loves the fact that he was the only Spider-Man, the only Spider person, back in the day. And now there's like hundreds of them now, but you have to explain that. So I love this whole thing with Ezekiel and the inheritors and the totems. I think it's really enriched it. And the fact that the Web of Destiny, all that sort of stuff, it's fantastic.
Well, that's why I love, Ben Reilly. That's why I love Ben Reilly and Kaine, because, you can do different stuff with them. If you want to make him a monster, if you want to make him more brutal than Peter Parker, you can do it.
Well, I mean, but even Phil, like, with Kaine as the other, like, it's not only that he was just a clone and you can be something different, but he has a part in this whole kind of tapestry about how the inheritors know of him. Solus knows of him as the other. He has a place in this whole thing where the spiders are. It's interesting to try to place where this all factors in with, like, the gods of the Marvel Universe and the Eternals and the Celestials. It's really weird because it seems to be so powerful, but it's a very just a corner of the Marvel Universe. So
it's the Spider Corner.
Yeah, I know, but I'd love to see I'd love to see the Inheritors or mix it up with Thor, because Morlun is so powerful. Like, I mean, Spider-Man talks about him as like he's so strong, like he's like the Hulk or whatever.
That first fight he has with Morlun is brutal.
Yeah,
like he's almost beaten to death. Yeah,
is that the Straczynski?
Yeah, it's like his first Straczynski's first arc.
So good. It's so good.
I mean, I just remember him. He's like hanging somewhere in the stadium. He's like, it's been hours. I mean, he's been being pummeled by Morlun for hours. He's like, I just want to drop dead. I just want to drop into bed and like pass out, but I can't.
And Spider-Man is someone that constantly gets beaten up, and he's so durable, but the fact that this guy can just do it to him, like, and exhaust him,
that was a really good story, that original.
Oh yeah,
which was what I'm saying. I mean, if Marvel, if they want to do it, or Sony, or whoever's going to do it, it's right there. It's quite adaptable. So
I'd love to see totems and all that. Yeah. I mean, we've got one more. What is it? Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, they'll probably stick to the formula of multiverses and all that, but I'd love to, actually, having said that, I'd love to see the Inheritors, because they do traverse the multiverse. So I'd love to see them as the big bad at the end. So anyway, get Kaine in there.
I think there's a reasonable chance that might happen, Ray. I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility.
What do you reckon, Dave? You pick up a Morlun Legends figure? Did you do that?
I've got one.
Oh, you got okay. I'd love it. Morlun's awesome. I'd love it. Morlun's figure.
I've got Morlun. Yeah, I've got Morlun. Awesome. I've got Shriek. I'm not even sure who she is.
Carnage.
Yeah, I got her and I got Morlun together. No, I love Morlun. He's cool.
Good. Yeah.
100% right. I mean, I don't sleep on those figures. For sure, man. Come on. I almost got the other day. I almost got Spider-Woman because I was so excited about Madam Web that I thought of you, Ray, whenever I said, I'm like,
in the black suit. I saw at King's. I'm sorry.
It's not my cup of tea. I'm just and then I also see the stupid one with the big afro, like from Spider-Verse.
I've got that one as well. The pregnant Spider-Woman. Yeah. I heard her as well. I saw a couple of multiple mans at King's. I gotta go grab them.
Yeah, there's plenty of. Yeah, I must say, multiple man's a bit of a peg warmer. You'll find a lot of multiple men if you look around.
Well, good, because I want to get about 5 of them. So don't worry.
To be honest, I could probably be convinced to get Spider-Woman. I've seen her a few times, and it is a good figure. I will say that. Oh, did I tell you who I had on Signal the other day Phil. I had Bob Bodiansky on it. We talked on Yeah, I mean, I've got the episode to edit. I'm going to release it tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been meaning to reach out to him. I want to talk to him about a lot of his stuff, but especially
nice
Transformers and stuff. Yeah.
Nice guy.
Did you speak to Namor? Did you speak to him about Namor?
We did mention Namor, and I also abused Namor in the conversation.
No!
He did some of that original Ghost Rider stuff.
We talked Ghost Rider. Look, he was a lovely guy. We talked Ghost Rider. We talked Transformers. Namor, we asked your question, Ray.
Thank you.
And just in general, just chatted. Lovely guy. We did.
Nice.
I forget now. A bit over an hour.
Nice.
It was good. Yeah. So I'm going to put that up tomorrow. So that was but I mentioned Sleepwalker as well because I kind of figured that would be a bit of a passion project of his because he wrote that, and it went for 33 issues, and so it was fun to just you're talking about all sorts of stuff, so it was fun to throw that into the mix. And Brian Biggie and Inner Demons had some questions about that.
Ooh, Brian Biggie, the court jester.
Always talking to Brian Biggie, the court jester, and the court jester came to play. Yeah, nice. For sure. So there you go. There's my ad. Awesome. Check out Signal of Doom.
Sorry, Dave. I was looking it up, and I don't see any figures coming out of the Madam Web movie, so there is no Sydney Sweeney action figure.
Sydney Sweeney doing. Imagine holding Sydney Sweeney in your hands, Dave.
I was going to say, can we get the topless variant? Is that possible? We can get the manufacturer to send me one. The base model without the clothes. I'll go remove the clothing.
Come on, Marvel! Come on, Marvel! Dave wants that Sydney Sweeney figure with the kung fu grip.
You know that thing from X-Men where he's show me your true self.
Oh, that butt shot of Rogue. Yeah. Yeah,
the naked picture. Perfection. Yeah, so there's a lot going on in general, guys. It's hard to cover it all, but just in essence, all I can say is 3 issues, excellent. Christopher Yost.
Yeah, he does tread that fine line and the good line of going that darker path. So well done, Christopher Yost. No, I've been really enjoying it.
I need the darkness.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm giving it 8.5 out of 10 for this arc.
All 3, okay.
8.5 out of 10. Yeah, all 3. It's one sort of story.
I would give it similar, maybe 8 out of 10. I think it's just highly enjoyable. It had me enthralled, all 3 issues. You learn a bit more about Kaine. You learn a bit more about the plot with the villains. It all moves along, and there's this greater plot of the Mexican gods. So this all ticks in my book. I'm really looking forward to it. How long does this run go for, Phil?
The entire series? Yeah, it's 25. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we've still got plenty to go. So that's great. And it's all Christopher Yost, is it?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah. Good. How about you, Phil? What do you reckon? What did you make of these?
I'm probably gonna go with Ray, more like an 8. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I mean, the art could have been a little better for me. So,
yeah. Fair enough. I mean, very subjective. I mean, I thought the art was pretty solid throughout, but I mean, it was.
I thought it was pretty standard Marvel at the time. Jesus Christ, I'd kill for this kind of art now in Marvel comics. Some of the shit they're churning out on a regular basis now, with kids with their crayons getting a run these days.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect when a clown like Tom Brevoort's in charge? CB Cebulski's fat clone. With those 2 jokers in charge of the pack. They wouldn't know good art if you hit them in the face. But that said, they're not responsible for this, so we can't hold them. That's why it was probably of a decent standard. That it was CB was still under the pseudonym Akira Yoshida.
He was nowhere to be found at this stage.
Well, he was in Japan under the name Akira Yoshida.
Cultural appropriating, yeah, I know.
Yeah, culturally appropriating and coming up with lots of crap. If I met him, I'd say, "Hey, Akira." He goes, "It's CB Cebulski." I go, "No, it's Akira Yoshida. I know your true name. I know your true name, Akira." And then he might say, "Looking a bit heavy there, big guy."
Jeez, oh, jeez.
KGs.
Oh man.
It is what it is. What do you expect? It's like midnight here. I'm tired.
All right. You guys want to wrap this up then?
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah,
really.
It's a pleasure as always. As always, Phil, to come on and, just a great time to chat. And I'm just thinking now mostly about Valentine's Day and Sydney Sweeney in my imagination.
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh my God. All right. You know what I was thinking? Next episode, we're only doing one issue, Scarlet Spider 16. Depending on when we do this episode next month in February, we may have already seen Madam Web by the time we come back here.
Jeez.
Oh my Lord, Ray's really looking excited for.
Don't excite. Don't. I'm spent.
Definitely do a review of that.
Yeah.
Especially Sydney Sweeney's performance. I mean, the other day I went to Google and I typed in Sydney Sweeney IMDb to see whatever she'd been in because I'd never seen her in anything other than the clips that Phil sent me. And I was like,
did you find those
she was in some rom-com?
Oh, she's been in stuff with doing nude.
The one I told you,
scenes.
it's released. How About You or whatever.
There's a few. There's a few.
I don't watch these kind of rom-coms, but like I almost watched it because I was like, I want to see her in action.
She was voted. Can I tell you? She was voted the most sexiest or whatever, the best body I think in Hollywood.
She's got a good body. There was a series on HBO, Euphoria. I think that's where she's had a couple like sex scenes, like nude sex scenes in that. So
no.
Yeah, Dave. Dave, you can see her simulating the whole thing. So,
okay. Well, okay, that's good to know.
And I need to know: was that the fastest you could ever type with one hand, Dave?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, my actual enthusiasm to watch Euphoria 0, but my enthusiasm to hit Google and see these scenes high.
Oh, Euphoria. Okay. Yeah. EO.
Not there for the story is all I can say. Not there for the story.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But no, I would say if you like, I don't mean this to sound sexist, but if you were voting on sexiest bodies in Hollywood right now, she'd be up there.
Oh, she's in the running. Yeah,
in my imagination, at least. Anyway, she's.
Can I just let it be known? I think not present day, but I think Jessica Alba still takes the cake.
Oh, how dare you?
Eh? What do you reckon?
How dare you, Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Well, I take it. Yes,
Jennifer Love Hewitt in her prime would like to have a word with you.
Yeah, I would take her then and now, and I'll throw another name into the ring. Jessica Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah.
We may have mentioned it previously on a previous episode because
he's mixed the two.
She's on one of Michelle's shows. She's on one of Michelle's shows, and she's still good looking.
911.
That's it. Yeah, 911. And Michelle watches it, and every time she's on, I say to Michelle, she's really kept her looks. She's still a good looking woman. Like
Michelle, she's really kept Michelle, she's really kept it right and tight. Yeah.
Well, I mean, gravity cannot be kind of timeless and age and stuff, but it's been 20 years, 30 years since the prime, and she's still dealing hits.
She's rocking it. Yeah.
Then another current name.
Pretty happy right now, thinking about Sydney Sweeney, Jessica Alba, and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Go.
This Madam Web thing's got me all hyped up.
Hyped up, is it? Okay. That's what you call
it. That's it, right? That's it. I mean, I'm checking. I literally, because the only two movies that I really care about this year are Deadpool 3 and this Madam Web thing. And
is Deadpool 3 coming out this year? Is that coming out?
Yeah. And if I had to list my Marvel characters, normal Madam Web, who's like 100 years old, I have no interest at all. Like, she's a 0. Yeah. But this new Madam Web stuff is just escalated.
It looks good. Like she can see the future. She can premonition. It's awesome. As you said, Dave, the trailer looks really cool. So
yeah, and there's a lot going on. All these other characters and shit fighting, and Ezekiel. Like
I just hope that
all over it.
I just hope the finale doesn't fall flat. You know what I mean? Like I hope they.
You mean a brutal battle? You mean a brutal battle where costumes are getting ripped? Is that what you're talking about, right?
Oh, actually, I would not be adverse to that.
No, I said this on Signal, and I'll repeat it here. What about opening the movie with a 12-minute lesbian scene of Dakota, whatever her name is?
I don't know. He has it down. He's like 12 minutes. Very worse. He would have been like, "Hey, you should open with a 12." They should open with a 12-minute. They need a 12-minute opening 12-minute and 15-second lesbian scene.
Yeah, but just to get people kind of in the vibe, you know. And I think it would be box office all over it.
I can see you, Dave, as a casting agent. You know,
Yeah.
Bring these to Dakota and Sydney. Okay, just audition. Okay, just audition for us. Okay, now say this scene is this. Like, go for it.
I mean, I hate to agree with Dave, but I mean, a 12 minute Sydney Sweeney scene. I mean, that thing's gonna make $1 billion. You know it is.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that is going to break the box office. Yeah.
I'd be so fucking happy.
That's gonna make that'll make Endgame numbers. That's what
Endgame numbers.
Exactly. Avatar numbers.
Yep. So I'm licking my lips in anticipation of this movie. Is all I can say. That's my final
I can't
thought.
wait. February 14th.
He's licking his lips in anticipation that something else gets licked.
There's going to be plenty going on, man. It's going to be intense.
Just hope she has enough screen time. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
It's going to get plenty of screen time.
There's going to be a baby boom in Australia 9 months after that movie comes out.
Exactly. Maybe like 70% of the babies are called Sydney.
Sydney Sweeney. You know, apparently I think she's good friends with Australia's own Margot Robbie. I saw something where
Margot's she's a big
something.
fish, isn't she? Like, she's massive.
Yeah,
Didn't she win the
fish.
Golden Globes or something? Or did she win it? Or she was nominated?
I have no idea. But
for Barbie. She was nominated for Barbie as Best Actress.
Well, I thought Barbie was a very good movie. I think Barbie was excellent. Like we went and saw it. Yeah, but deservedly so. But what I'm trying to say is, like, she's part of that power pack, you know, and I'm on board big time. Yeah,
nice.
A power pack of, like, very, you know, hot, bankable female stars of the second. She's part of that. And I'm there for it, you know.
Okay, yeah,
I'm there
for sure.
it.
Margot, get her on Signal, Dave.
She's welcome. She's welcome. Her and Hugh Jackman, the two goals of Signal, basically.
Yes. All right, Dave.
Can you imagine if you got Hugh and Ryan Reynolds? Can you imagine that?
I can imagine it. And can I just tell you, we are doing everything in our power to get Hugh Jackman, and it's not against the realm of probability that one day we might actually get it.
That'd be awesome.
Dave, you have one magic wish. You can either have Sydney Sweeney or Jennifer Love Hewitt on the show. Who do you choose?
I see they're staying in bed. Like, because then it's a more interesting thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both. But if it was in bed, who was the other person?
Sydney Sweeney or Jennifer Love Hewitt? Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt now?
Yeah.
Like now, bodies now.
Well, unless you invent a time machine, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's bodies now, I'd go Sydney Sweeney in bed. If it was all time, I would, any time in their prime, I would go Jennifer Love Hewitt. But out of all of them, I would go Jessica Alba, either then or now. She's probably close to my number one all time.
Oh.
So
all right,
I think she's fantastic.
All right, we need to go soon. I see Ray has a Marvel Snap emergency.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
I'm just ranking the women of, I'm ranking them in order.
No worries. It was just baby needs bottle, that's all. But yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, play Gambit. No. He's got his woman on Marvel Snap duty. He's like, no, play Gambit. No.
I'm playing Thor against the Marauders at the moment.
See?
And it's good.
See?
That should be a pretty easy battle for Thor.
Well, Thor's hard to control. He's hard to pilot. Should I just say that? He's hard to play. Anyway.
Is he really? Okay. Wow.
You heard it here first.
Well, I'm ready to go, guys. I think I've given all the thoughts I have. I've ranked the women in order.
All right. So yes, kids, next month, we're going to cover Scarlet Spider 16 and probably a in-depth Madam Web review.
Sydney Sweeney extravaganza.
Can't wait.
I can't wait for Dave to give it an 11 out of 10.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
So look at Ray. He's like, oh, yeah.
It's going to be a great movie.
Let me tell you
this. It's
this.
going to be the Marvel movie of the year.
Let me tell you this. That movie's going to be...
I want to see her in that skin-tight suit all movie long until she gets into the shower at the end. And then, it just writes itself. The whole thing writes itself.
I mean, this movie's going to be so hot, Ray's going to put down the Marvel Snap. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
No
Marvel Snap that night.
No. I'll name my hands for something else. So.
Whoa!
Exactly.
All right, so yeah, kids.
Wow.
So yeah, kids, send us your thoughts. Oh yeah, Lilith and I are going to be doing a Madam Web review too. So yeah, kids. Scarlet Spider 16, Madam Web review. Yeah, send in your thoughts before we review it to either me and Lilith or me and the Sydney Sweeney fan club here. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. 2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. All right, find everything Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon. Again, we're getting wilder, we're getting crazier. Oh, Dave, you're gonna love this. Lilith and I have already said in February on the our Patreon, we're gonna cover the AVN Awards. For those of you who don't know, that's the Adult Video News Awards.
Ooh,
wow, wait, really?
Yeah.
Is Ron Jeremy
For
still in the
Patreon.
game, or
Currently in prison, I think. Right?
I don't know. I'm just in it for the humor of it all, you know. So when some girl wins like best anal or something, it'd be like, bet your mother must be so proud, you know, something, you know.
I know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Imagine putting that trophy on the mantelpiece.
Dave's like, I'll walk in America. So yeah, kids, I promised you, and I am. That promise is coming to be fulfilled so far. Yes, the Patreon in 2024 is
more vicious and brutal than ever.
Love it.
Lilith is
It's going to be a very, very happy ending. I can tell you that.
Oh, gonna have the highest downloads in history, Phil. There,
and hey, kids, listen to the January episode, and you'll discover Lilith Hellfire's favorite genre of porn. So,
really? Let me guess.
I have no idea.
Party. University, I don't know.
Nah,
like dorm rules kind of thing.
She likes a busty woman like Dave does, so that's all. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Oh, well, I mean, that's fair enough.
So find everything at
Can't blame her for that.
Find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. The tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. When you're not enjoying the visuals of Sydney Sweeney, Dave, where can people find Signal of Doom?
They can find Signal of Doom. We've got a Facebook page. We're on X, Signal of Doom. We're on all podcast catchers. We're a weekly show. Me, Rich, sometimes Tash as well. And yeah, join us. We just did our comeback show for the new year, and we're back on the weekly schedule, doing another show this week. And yeah, excited to welcome any and all. All are welcome at the Signal. So thank you for having me on too, Phil, and pleasure to talk to you.
All right, and now, when his hands aren't full with Marvel Snap, we're enjoying Sydney Sweeney. Ray, where can people find you and your many projects?
Yes, people can find me at Ray Pod, REY Pod on all social media. We've got a new ITK episode coming out, Into the Night, the Moon.
I put down the Marvel Snap. Nice.
We'll be recording also as well our latest Predator and Prey episode. At the time of this recording, we're going to be recording tomorrow. The day after, we'll be doing the Spider-Woman. To know her is to fear her. So Dave and Phil, we are back, baby. Back full throttle doing recordings. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait. As always, you can catch me here as well. Scarlet Spider. Love chatting with these guys as well. So, as well, maybe a couple of guest appearances in other episodes, in other shows. Just keep your eyes peeled. I'll let you know at Ray Pod.
Ray's back 110% on the podcasting, aka paternity leave.
Wow, yeah, he's motivated.
Paternity leave, yeah.
Paternity leave, come on.
All right, Ray, I can't let
Champions.
you. Ray, I can't let you go.
Batman, my favorite character.
When's the Batman episode? What on the Predator show? When are we doing the Batman Predator crossover? Come on, Ray.
I am listening to the Azrael coverage, and can I say that it is a breath of fresh air. No Bruce Wayne. Lovely. Just keep him out of it.
Just wait till the.
What is this shit?
Lilith, hey, Ray, wait till the February Azrael episode, because again, it's gonna be me, Justin, and Russell with special guest Lilith Hellfire. So
excellent.
Oh, have you got like an Azrael podcast?
Well, like here on the Spider-Man, where the three of us talk Scarlet Spider at the end of the month. Me, Russell, and Justin have been doing Azrael at the end of the month for the Batman podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil's been very kind.
Danny O'Neill did 100 issues of Ezra.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're covering. Yeah, we just started that. Yeah, we're going through.
That's fun. No, that's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Phil's very kind. He sends me images whenever there are moments where Batman gets pummeled.
Oh yeah, Lilith and I just covered Deathstroke the Terminator 6 through 9 yesterday,
fantastic.
where Deathstroke just pummels Bruce Wayne. I mean, he has his blood on his costume.
I'll be grading that comic. I'll be buying it and grading it.
I sent that screenshot and Ray's like, my new favorite character.
It's my new favorite character.
Did you
say other than Black Canary?
There's a recent issue of Batman. Chuck Dixon put the image up where they've got the action figure of Bane breaking Batman's back. That's actually the cover of the comic.
That's got me interested. Where is it?
They created like a model thing of it. Actually, looked pretty cool.
Batman, my favourite character.
Can I just quickly ask? I know we are running short on time here, but I saw on the internet prep time Steve Rogers versus Bruce Wayne. Who would win? Go
Into the Dark Knight. All to do with Batman.
Easily.
What?
Batman easily.
Joking. Super Soldier Serum? No way.
Against Batman?
Yes.
He'd destroy him. You kidding?
Captain America.
Sorry, Captain.
The peak human specimen.
Batman with all his tricks and gadgets and everything, and all his fighting skills are as good as Captain America's. Better, I would say.
No. Second only to Shang-Chi. So he's the best in martial arts.
Wait a minute. So who do you think would win, Ray?
Batman.
Steve
Batman.
Rogers. Steve Rogers.
I love Batman.
Steve Rogers is going home a loser.
No, Dave. Sorry, this is a scenario without prep time, without gadgets or whatever.
Oh,
we're talking about like
a
fisticuffs.
Even still, Batman.
Batman. Love Batman.
It's just a normal human.
Batman.
How can he beat a super soldier? How can
because
he beat
he's
super
smarter,
soldier?
he's faster, he's cleverer, everything. Steve Rogers, man, like
master strategist.
I'm all
Steve
for
Rogers.
patriotism, and he did a lot for the country, but he's going to go down when it comes to battling against Batman.
Oh, that's true. Bruce Wayne doesn't go down. But no, Dave. Even if he thought Batman could beat somebody, he'll never admit it. He'll never admit it.
That's fine. But Batman, and also if they did it in the comics, Batman would win. If it was just a battle between the two of them, because Batman's way more popular.
Not Captain America.
So at the end of it, Captain America's cool, but he's gone home a loser in that battle.
He's unbeatable.
He's going to just say that. He's going to get his ass handed to him. Actually, in fairness, he's going to get destroyed by Batman.
No prep time.
Batman has only ever lost one battle, and that was the first battle to Bane, and he came back and won the sequel. He in his whole career, he's only lost one battle. That was to Bane.
You just need to lose it once. You only have to lose it once to lose. So
but then he took back the title. Whereas Captain America's been beaten up on the regular.
Hey, Captain America. I love Captain America, but come on, Batman has beat Superman, Ray. Come on,
Phil. Yeah. So you reckon Batman can beat Captain America?
He beat Superman. Come on.
Yeah. I don't even.
No, I'm talking about without the costumes. Just two guys, mano a mano.
Yeah, he would beat him. In a room, just fisticuffs.
Maybe there's something I don't know about Batman, but that's just crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot you don't know. There's a lot you don't know.
A normal human being can beat.
Let me send you 1,500 copies of Batman comics.
Yeah, Ray, you got to read a lot more Batman comics. Come on, Ray.
Yeah. I refuse to believe that a human being can just do that. So anyway.
Oh, no.
Well, Ray,
he's not. He can't be human. Batman can't be human then. How can he beat all these people?
He's the peak.
Just like the Kingpin.
Humanity.
How can the Kingpin be human?
But he hasn't got any.
He's also a lot smarter.
Captain America is the peak. He's physiologically been augmented to be the peak physically and mentally.
But he hasn't done the hard yards that Batman
has done. Yes, he has.
Well,
he's going to get destroyed, Ray.
Again, Ray likes Batman Light.
It's Egyptian Batman.
Yeah, he does.
Who was that?
That was David. That was David Pepos. That was describing Moon Knight.
It's Egyptian Batman.
I know you're going to go to bed tonight, Ray, and you're going to have a fantasy that Captain America put up a decent battle, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a straight sex victory. He's not going to win a round, man. It's going to be Batman all night long, and maybe Cap will go back and have a good hard think.
Hey,
about the battle.
Speaking of hard things, I mean, you want Ray's ultimate fantasy? He's going to be having wet dreams tonight about Sidney Sweeney killing Batman.
Yeah, look.
Well, that too.
I like Cap, but he's better than match that day. for sure.
Crazy. I can't believe it.
All right.
People are blinded. You guys are blinded. Anyway. Okay.
All right. Enough of this raised Batman hatred. All right. All right. Let's get out of here. All right. Thank you, everyone. Again, come back next time in a month. Yes, me and the boys here will have Scarlet Spider 16, and I'm sure many thoughts on that away. At least two of them hail. All right, but until then, swing on back.